How long should my coaching sessions be? Y'all like my poses, right? Your coaching session is usually about an hour long. That's 60 minutes. If you were in the training and you paid attention and took notes, you probably made a note that this is how you break down those 60 minutes. The first 5 minutes are used as a catch-up session, meaning, and I heard a coach explain this so beautifully. He says, this is where you give your clients a chance to breathe, to calm down, especially if you have met face to face. That means they probably had to get in their car, fight traffic, maybe even hire a babysitter, call into the spouse to be there. It was so many arrangements that took them to get there. So those first 5 minutes, you're giving them a chance to breathe and you're asking them, what have you been up to since our last coaching session? That's that catch up time. It's also giving you a time to get a feel for where they are mentally that day, what they actually need coaching around that day. That's 5 minutes out of 60. We have 55 left. The next 10 minutes is where you're asking them, okay, now that we're caught up, I know where your headspace is. You've now come down. We're into the heart space. You're asking, what are your goals for this session? Basically, why are we here today? What do you need my help with? Where are you stuck or struggling? Or if you watched the past 2 videos or so, remember I talked about taking notes from your practice session with your practice coaching clients, using those notes as a guideline, a curriculum, notes for future meetings, etc. This is a great time to have those notes available for your reference. So let's say this client is on session 2 with you, right? You spent 5 minutes catching up. Now you're in that second 10 minutes. We're 15 minutes into this session. We only have 45 minutes left. You want to know what their goals are. You can remind them of some of your notes from the last session, saying last time you mentioned blah, blah, blah. And that's where you say, you want to talk more about that? And it'll trigger their memory. And then you guys can dive into the coaching session. They can tell you what their goals are. And then you spend the next 30 minutes of that 45 minutes that's left doing a Q&A where you pick their brain even more. You're asking them questions about this goal. You're taking even more notes. You're making sure you write down what they say to show that you were listening, but also to have notes for future reference in the meeting with them that's coming up, because that's how you book your future clients, where you say, in this session, this is what we're going to do. In the next session, here's what we can do. You want to book a new session today? What date and time works best for you? And how would you like to meet in person, on the phone, by video? Make sense? Okay. So in that 30 minutes, that question and answering, you're setting new goals. You're getting a commitment to when will they do the work that's required, whether it's go do some research, place a phone call, send an email, actually take an action to help them get one step closer on their journey to successfully achieving the goal that they've hired you as their life coach to work with them through. Get that commitment. Remember, we're asking for a date, a day, and a time. Even in the time, get their time zone. Some of you are with me on Eastern Standard Time. Some of you are across the world, Pacific. Some of you are down the street, Central. You're all over the place. Your clients will be too. Get that time zone commitment and then make them commit to checking in with you. If that's your coaching style, they can send you an email when that commitment has been completed. They can send you a screenshot that they took that action. They can send you a picture of them in action, but you're getting that commitment in this session in those 30 minutes. And then you're writing out those action plans, the steps that they need to take, the tools that they need to get access to, the resources that are available to them, the homework that you're going to require. And then, of course, the next session, when will they be ready to come back and continue, pick up the pieces and check in and do the process all over again where you're catching up. You're setting new goals. You're doing a Q&A session. You're setting those goals, getting that commitment, those action plans, steps, tools, resources, homework. Next session, repeat. You see how this works? And then you save those last 10 minutes because we're down to the last 10 minutes in an hour session to set that next appointment and to also let them know that, hey, if you book more sessions with me, here's my guarantee to you. You're ready? That's my question to you. Are you ready for what's next? Because coming up, let me tell you what we're going to be talking about. Do I have to niche myself if I don't want to? Well, if you want to know the answer, join me in the next session and I'll see you soon.